everybody, welcome back to Card Curiosity, where we try to find the best possible ways to make a good return on your investment in the sports card world. And today we have another episode of Rip It or Skip It, where we break down a box of cards and try to decide whether it's something that we should spend our money on to see if we can find the big hits that can make us some money. So today we are going to look at 2024 Topps 5-Star Baseball. It's releasing soon, or maybe already has. But it seems to be getting a decent amount of press on places like Twitter and the Topps website and things like that. But as you can see from this picture, you only get you get 2 autographs, and I think that's it. So some of them do look pretty good. You can see this patch auto here of Bobby Witt. You can see the Ellie autos. I believe the autos are on card, which is always nice. But before we jump into our segment here, let's review the criteria that we look at to make this decision. First, we want to look at the price of the cards, and see if it's a box that can be attained for a reasonable price, or if it's too expensive. Second, we want to look at the checklist. We got to make sure that there's players in there that we want to pull, and that there's not too many players that will kind of water down things and make it harder to get who we want. Third, we look at the gradability, because the quickest and best way to make money in the sports card world is by grading your cards and getting PSA 10s or SGC 10s. Those gem mint grades will boost your profits very quickly. So we've got to make sure that these cards can grade well. And then finally, we look at the relevance and the desirability of the cards to see if it's a kind of a card that will stand the test of time. Is this one that, 5, 10, 20 years from now, if you happen to pick, if Bobby Witt becomes, this incredible superstar Hall of Famer, are people going to actually want 5-star cards, or are they going to be looking for other ones? So that is what we will look at here. And to begin, let's take a peek at the price for these cards. So 2024 Topps 5-Star Baseball Hobby Box. 2 autographs per box, and that is all you get. So 2 cards, 2 autographs. You can pull Paul Skeens, it looks like, Jackson Churio, Ellie De La Cruz, Junior Caminero. So all the big rookies are in here, and you can get cut signatures and everything else. However, let's just look at the price here. $340 almost here from David Adams. I believe on the Topps website they were going for close to $300 in the pre-orders. What we have here on blowout cards is about the same, $330, and looks like they're selling out quick. There's only 4 left, so 2 autographs, or 1 autograph and a cut signature, or a relic book card. You can get some big cards in here, as we'll see from the checklist. But the price is pretty high for just 2 cards, and I think we're going to give it a 2 out of 5 on that score here. And so as we jump into the checklist, let's kind of see what it actually looks like. Again, you get 2 cards, 2 autographs, and this looks okay. I don't love the look of 5-star. I think these little just the borders and everything else, to me, doesn't jump out at me. I like the look of this one a bit better. They call this one, looks like Field Access. So you can see what some of these cards are going to look like. Some of them look pretty good, some of them maybe not. You get dual autographs, which is cool, and even some old school cards, things like that. They throw in the patch autographs as well, and so you can get some relics. Looks like maybe even triple autographs. So dual and triple autographs possibility. So the possibilities are pretty good. You just want to make sure here that the players, we got to see how big this checklist is, and if it's worth trying to grab here. So 141 players signed the base autographs. All right, and so if you're spending $300, $350, and you get 2 cards, and you pull dudes that you've never heard of, and maybe I should know who these guys are, but if I don't, that means they're probably not that good, unless it's like an old school guy. But there's a lot of names here, and to me, that's just way too big. I think they could have dropped this down to around 100 players and made it so that they're players that people would actually want, give you a better chance there. On the other kind of autographs, they've got baseball royalty, so this is going to be take 200 boxes to get one of these, and that's where you get kind of the big names, Shohei, Vladdy, Chipper Jones, some of those guys. You have Jumbo Prime. That's going to take you 40 boxes to find one of these, and So they got a bunch of different kinds. Looks like that's crazy rare. So 4,500 boxes to get a cut signature from a celebrity. All right, so you can see some of those Mark Twain in here. Interesting. Bobby Knight. So yeah, they're throwing in all kinds of stuff here, and 450 boxes to get these cut signatures from some other dudes. So I mean, there's a lot of variety on the autographs. Pretty rare. What is that? Triple? These are duals. Dual autographs every 300 boxes. Field access every 300 boxes. So that nice looking Evan Carter one from the first page, every 300 boxes. So there's a good variety of autographs. I just think this checklist, it's big, and you only get 2 cards. That, to me, that just makes it so stinking hard. I can just see so many people spending $350 on this and getting 2 players and being, incredibly unhappy with that. You'd have to hit a monster in order to pay for this box. So for that reason, we're going to give the checklist a 2 out of 5. It does have some big names. You do have the potential to hit something big, but it's really, really not going to be likely there. So let's move on to the gem rate and see what that looks like. So here on gemrate.com, the best thing I think we can do is look at how things went in 2023. And you can see, I mean, this is one of the worst gem rates I've ever looked at. Okay, 8% here on the 5-star autographs, 12% on these ones. It's bad news. So I think it's safe to say that if you're buying this box or you're buying these cards, don't do it to grade. You're going to have to just really like the player, like the card. I think if you're more of a true collector, maybe this set would be for you if you don't care as much about grading. But for us to make money on the sports card world, you have to be able to grade and get good grades, and you can't do that here. So it's pretty easy to give this a 0 out of 5, one of the worst that we've had in terms of grading. And finally, let's look at the relevance and the desire. And so we're going to kind of compare to let's just use Bobby Witt as an example. He's a big player. Let's look at his Topps Chrome autographs here. So $282 for just like a base auto here recently. And then the last sale on his PSA 10 of that same auto was $750. That was back in July. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is more like $800 or $850. He's having a great year if someone were to put one of those up. And so let's take a peek here. In Market Movers, you can't really find 5-star autographs, so we'll just look at 130 points. So if we looked at 2022 Bobby Witt Jr. 5-star autographs, you can kind of see this one here. Looks like that was a redemption from Topps. $250. So that's not too far off here. I do think this will probably be higher if there was another one that would sell today, because Bobby Witt is having a really good season. So this might actually be worth $300 to $350. So they're going to be worth a little less in terms of the base autographs, but you do have, let's see if they got a patch autograph in here anywhere. Maybe not. Yeah. So we're going all the way back to August. So I don't see any patch autographs. So these are all base autographs that have come through for Bobby, and you can just see if you're gonna end up getting an autograph card from Bobby Witt Jr., these ones will most likely hold up their value way more, going to be more desirable. You have the possibility to grade and get that 10 as well, whereas on the other side you don't. And then just to give you an idea here's just I just searched for 5-star patch autographs. You can see how some of these have held up over time. So this is a realistic thing. You could pull a Jose Abreu patch auto numbered out of 25, and that thing went for $30. Okay, Paul Goldschmidt went for $42. These are big hits, and they're going for $20, $30, $40. And Ronald Acuna, he's a better player, went for $160. Here's like a booklet kind of thing with David Ortiz and Dustin Pedroia. That'd be a pretty big hit. That's not even going to pay for your box. And so I just think it's really a tough ask. We got a Robinson Cano 1/1 Mariners patch, went for $700. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find the card that is going to pay for your box here. And so on the relevance side, I guess I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I think the patch autographs especially look good, and those could maybe hold value better over time if you have the right player. But overall, I don't love the look of the other autographs, even though they are on card, which is nice. So 3 out of 5 there. So if you add them all up, we got 2 on the price, 2 on the checklist, 0 on the grading, and 3 on the desirability. That gets you to 7 out of 20, which is maybe one of our worst scores ever. So we are going to give Topps 5-star the official skip recommendation. Instead, dude, if you were going to spend $350 on one of these boxes, instead, dude, just find a couple autographs of players that you like, and maybe a patch auto. I bet you can find a patch auto of a player you like for way less than $350 from one of these sets. And so this is clearly a product that you want to try to focus on the singles. And yeah, so hope that makes sense. Hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, stay curious.